The pathway that she chooses is dynamic leadership. She's going to be giving a 5 to 7 minute speech. Negotiation happens daily, not just in the boardroom. How we choose to live our life is also a form of negotiation. Life isn't always the way we plan it, so how do we deal with the cards we are dealt? Jim Roth will share about someone special who knows how to negotiate and has something he wants to offer all of us. The title of her speech is Bob Terrell, Finding His Voice in a Different Way. Please help me welcome.
Can everyone see me all right?
Yep.
Yes. I'm going to spell a name I'd like you to remember. The first word of the name is B-O-B, which spells Bob. Second part, we're going to keep that open if you can, thanks, is T-U-R-E-L, Terrell. Bob Terrell. I want you to remember that name. My assignment through Pathways was to talk about negotiating. And I thought about, we negotiate in the boardroom, we negotiate when we do business, but what I didn't really focus on at first was we negotiate every day of our lives. Every decision we make, every turn we take, influences how we perceive our lives. That brings me back to Bob Terrell. I met Bob Terrell not 5 years ago, not 5 months ago. I met Bob Terrell only 5 days ago. And he has become one of my superheroes. He is a man who truly, truly perseveres. This is a picture of Bob, and as you can see, he's serving something up. Is he serving us a corned beef sandwich? No. I was intrigued 5 days ago when I got an email from District 48, and it was talking about that Bob Terrell, a very polished and distinguished Toastmasters, has a special condition. And he needs to become a very special type of Toastmaster and participate in a little different way. And it was asking for our participation. He's here to serve all of us. And he signed off on this email saying, from a slightly hobbled Toastmaster who can still give good feedback. And there was an email to write if you wanted more information. He signed it, the Silent Evaluator. Okay, if you know me, I'm the curious type, and I was totally hooked. So after checking to see that it was not a scam, I emailed Mr. Terrell. And what I learned was amazing. I learned about his past, his present condition, and an offer for all of us for the future. First, he shared with me about his past. He told me that his father was in the American Legion, and at the age of 9, he would go with his father to these meetings. He loved listening to the speeches, and it inspired him to someday become a wonderful speaker. He kept that dream alive. And 20 years later, he became an IT trainer for a pharmaceutical company. It focused his idea again on becoming a great speaker and a leader. He was fired up. So he continued on in his journey, almost like a train car going up the track, and he went on to his next adventure. He became a spokesperson for the Water Administration, the Public Works of St. Pete. He had to go on TV. He had to speak. Again, he was thinking, I want to be that great speaker. His train car kept going up and up. In 1996, he joined Toastmasters. He's been a Toastmaster for over 23 years. We're going to go on to the next. Thank you. He took his oath, like we all did, and he never looked back. So let's see some of his accomplishments if we can. Besides being a Toastmaster for 23 years, he's had membership in 11 clubs. He's also a distinguished Toastmaster, which is the highest level of Toastmaster you can possibly be. It takes years to become that and a lot of practice. He has also been the public relations officer for his clubs. And today, he's asking to serve us as the silent evaluator. But what does that mean? Remember I said that his train car was going up and up and up? Well, suddenly, his train car hit a wall. And if we can go to the next slide, you'll see what happens. 3 years ago, Bob was diagnosed with ALS, or Lou Gehrig's disease. Does anyone know what that is?
Yeah.
It's a disease that affects all the muscles in your body, except for your brain. Over time, you lose the ability to walk, to talk, to eat, even to breathe. It's a very devastating and cruel disease that we don't have a cure for yet. I know if I had gotten this diagnosis, I would have stopped my train car right now. I would not have gotten out of bed. I would have rolled over and said, I'm ready to go. But not Bob. Bob has the perseverance that I've never seen before. He's the greatest negotiator I can ever imagine in his life. Bob went on, and he says he has decided to coexist with his disease. Coexist, to partner with his disease. He's not giving up. He said he got an idea. His idea was to continue with his Toastmaster path that gives him so much passion, to help all of us. He's offering for us to send him speeches that are being taped, like Dave Whitty's doing for me today. And being the silent evaluator, because Bob can't talk anymore. He's lost his speech. He said he can write back via email his evaluation feedback to us all. Those little pieces of paper I gave you, you can look at later, but it gives you information on how to send your speeches to him. Bob says that by helping others, he helps himself. I don't know about you, but I think it's a win-win for all of us. I want Bob on my team, and this is a road that I'm willing to take. I want Bob to help me, and I'm offering that to all of you, because I asked today if I could be Bob's voice. We're videotaping this for Bob so he can see this. He wants this to go to all the Toastmasters, not just for our club and our members, but for every Toastmasters. This lifts him up, but it lifts us up. I don't know a person who can negotiate his life better or give more. So Bob, I want to say to you today, even though you don't have a physical voice, you have been heard here today, I think. Very loud and very clear. And I thank for all of you who are participating and listening today. From Bob Terrell. Thank you.